Hello, students. Welcome back. And we are here with the group 15 elements. We have studied the oxidation states of group 15 elements. Very important topic. We told you why nitrogen is able to form at least 5 stable oxides. You have seen that plus 1, 2, plus 5. As compared to rest of the groups, which you have seen the most important oxidation states of plus 3 and plus 5.
Plus 5.
The group oxidation state is which one? What is the group oxidation state? The highest possible oxidation state is plus 5.
Plus 5.
And you have seen how as we go down the group students, the plus 5 oxidation states become less stable and plus 3 become
Plus 3 becomes more stable.
and the reason you told me last time.
Inert pair effect.
Not perfect. That is a very good question for the exam students and is usually asked in large number of exams. Why do we have inert pair effect students? You already know about it when we discussed the electronic configuration of the elements.
Yes, sir.
What happened as you go to heavier element students?
D and F block
So D and F subshells become completely filled
become added. Yes, sir.
and the screening effect of D and F orbitals is poor
Poor.
because they are large in size and diffused. The result is that the effective nuclear charge experienced by
Decreases.
outer NS electrons is very intense and the nuclear attracts the NS orbitals very strongly towards itself. And once they are very strongly tied with the nucleus, it will require a lot of energy students to use them in the chemical bonding. So they
Okay.
become inert, do not participate in bonding. The only non-compound for bismuth in plus 5 oxidation state was, what is the non-compound of bismuth in plus 5 oxidation state students?
Bismuth.
I have given one compound. All these are questions for the paper students. It is just to recap and revise so that your mind
BiF5.
BIF5. Why? Because fluorine is the strongest oxidizing agent.
Oxidizing agent.
So it could provide that energy which is required to get and use those as inert electrons, which otherwise are not possible. So we have seen the second question which was important. Why do nitrogen form such a large number of oxides? What was the reason, student? What is the reason? Nitrogen plus 3, plus 5, plus 1, plus 2, and plus 1, 2, plus 2, plus 3, plus 5 oxidation states. What is the reason that nitrogen forms 5 oxides which are stable? Students, we do not see 5 oxides with other elements of the group. What answer?
Sir, because since the nitrogen has a very small size, it can form p-pi multiple bonds with itself.
With itself?
Uh,
Answer.
it can it can form p-pi multiple bonds.
With p by multiple bond with what? Which atom, student?
With other elements having small size and high electronegativity like oxygen.
So the story is that nitrogen is small in size, oxygen is small in size, both have p orbitals, so there could be p pi overlap, which is possible. So that is why there are 5 oxides of nitrogen. Here, a very good question for the paper students. You have to understand that what is likely to be asked. So we have to pinpoint the exact answer, students. So we have given you plenty of spectrum of the type of questions which will be there and how to answer these questions in just one line. That's all. Specific answers, exact answers have to be given. Now we coming to the story of the nitrogen, students, that this is my students what I'm talking here. As you can see, students, I'm talking of nitrogen. This is my nitrogen, student, and 2 gas. Nitrogen is existing as gas in the atmosphere.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if I try to draw the Lewis structure of nitrogen, students, how it will look like, I always prefer to draw structures of these molecules because it provides me good information about the nature of the reactions they may show. So you have nitrogen is how many electrons are there in the outermost shell, students? In one nitrogen, five. Another nitrogen, five. How many? 10 electrons.
10.
Okay. So what I say? Okay. If I draw like this, student, then how many are gone? 2, 4, 6,
6.
8 and 10. So this is nitrogen gas. This is a triple bond, so high bond enthalpy is there. The question is, if we want to prepare nitrogen, we have told you preparation, students. Certain methods become important. Sometimes they do ask questions on this. It is up to the examiner that if I use ammonium chloride, student, and react with sodium nitrite, then what will happen? We have shown a reaction here.
Pure
See, this is a
nitrogen.
nitrogen, this is a nitrogen, it is forming N2, then then Na will take Cl, Na will take Cl, and water will be also there. But in this reaction, small amount of NOHNO2 are also formed, which are removed by passing gas through aqueous sulfuric acid and containing potassium dichromate. So sometimes they asked a question why you want to pass this mixture through sulfuric acid and potassium dichromate. What they do? They are able to remove the impurities. Removal of the impurities. Student, it is important that you are preparing something. In the
Okay.
preparation, you always get more products. We have told you, you are getting products and byproducts. So the question is, the removal of this is important, student. How do we remove the byproducts? Gases are always easier to be removed, and if some other products are being formed, student, then we have to use methods as we have used here, sulfuric acid and potassium dichromate. What is the role of H2SO4 and potassium dichromate? They are removing which impurities? They are removing, students? NO
NO
and
and
HNO.
HNO3.
Sometimes they will ask you which impurities are removed by this. Everything becomes important, students. We cannot
Okay.
just every word, every line has to be understood. Pay attention. Pay attention. The word which I missed, the line which I missed could be a question in the paper. So don't underestimate. CBSE board paper could be anything. Further, students, when I use ammonium dichromate, you have used a potassium dichromate a lot, student, in the chemistry lab. Here I'm talking
Yes,
about
sir.
ammonium dichromate is heated and you will get nitrogen gas as we have shown in this case, but this is not going to be a pure. So if you want to get pure, this question has been asked. Which is the best method to get pure nitrogen, students? We have told you that by using heating the acids. One is my barium
Yes,
azide
sir. And sodium azide.
and sodium azide. Because they are sodium, barium will be solids, so you will be able to get the nitrogen gas. So if you want more pure forms, then you have to use this method, students. Simply you have to heat it. This equation has been asked in the paper. This has been asked, student. Because normal methods, pure methods, they are important. Further, we coming to the chemical properties, students. Chemical properties. Is nitrogen a metal or a non-metal, students?
Non-metal.
You are saying nitrogen, this is a non-metal. So this is electronegative element.
Yes, sir.
Electronegative element.
Negative element.
Therefore, it can combine with students metals at high temperature. At high temperature, students, metals will lose electron and this will gain electron. Here we have shown you the formation of students reaction of nitrogen with highly electropositive element lithium, magnesium, aluminum, calcium. And what you are getting, students, what are these compounds known as? What are these? What is this Li3 and 2, students? What it means?
Sir,
3
it will be lithium
Li,
nitride.
2
3
and
Li plus 2 and
3
3
minus.
plus 1.
So nitrides are formed
Lithium nitride.
and the
Okay.
oxidation state of nitrogen. Nitrogen is how much in this?
3 minus.
-3. So you can get such compounds now, students, but temperature has to be high. Important point that nitrogen combines with hydrogen at about 770 in the presence of catalyst ammonia. Now ammonia is a very important compound, students.
Okay.
Why it is important?
Industry it is very important. Used in fertilizers.
Ammonia will be used to prepare large fertilizers which are used. Nitrogen is very important for the soil. The Haber's process is so well known, very old process. For the manufacture of ammonia, Haber's process has been used, students. Conditions are important. Conditions are important. The reaction is taking place in nitrogen plus hydrogen, 773 Kelvin. Ammonia, the reaction is exothermic. So what happens in this? The catalysts are required. We will show you the reaction further. And at high temperature, dinitrogen can combine with oxygen to form nitric oxide and more and more.
Okay.
Interesting thing that the nitrogen can form important compounds with alumina also in the presence of carbon. Carbon, student, the carbon will remove this oxygen from alumina. Carbon has a high affinity for oxygen, so it will take oxygen, carbon monoxide, and we will get aluminium, aluminium nitride, aluminium nitride. This compound is aluminium nitride. It is not possible to prepare otherwise, but by using carbon we can prepare it. Why? Aluminium is 3 plus and this is 3 minus. So what is the formula?
ALN.
ALN is aluminium nitride, students.
Okay.
If I take aluminium and heat it with nitrogen, I will not get it. And why then I am using this? What is the story? You have Al2O3 and 2, and what is the role of carbon has been added? What carbon will do, students? This carbon will remove this oxygen.
Reduce.
And then it is easier for nitrogen to combine. That is why this is
Okay.
being formed. Direct aluminum and nitrogen, I have not shown that reaction. Because it is not that electropositive a metal, students, as compared to calcium and lithium and sodium. But how I prepared the other ones, you can see that. Lithium direct heating with, it is also there but difficult because you can see they have prepared it but temperature must be very high. They are more electropositive, they are more electropositive as compared to aluminum. So this is an easier way. And from here one important compound is there. What is that? What is this compound? CaC2. What is this known as? Calcium
Calcium
carbide.
carbide.
This
Calcium
can
carbide.
react with nitrogen to form
Calcium.
CaCN2. This is also an important
Uh,
compound.
calcium cyanide.
Calcium
Okay.
cyanide is important, students. This can be prepared by this reaction.
Okay.
One of the important uses of nitrogen is liquid nitrogen is used as a refrigerant. Liquid nitrogen. You know that
Okay.
this has a very low temperature. The temperature is very low. Liquefied nitrogen gas. Liquid nitrogen has been seen used somewhere in parties or somewhere. Liquid nitrogen to preserve biological materials and in freezing food articles. This temperature is very low, so it will be used for freezing food articles or certain materials which to be stored at very low temperatures. So in the refrigerant you are using that. Only few things are more uses you can see in the book. I am not given much uses of that because there could be more uses, not much of importance. As I said, ammonia is going to be there. In the atmosphere also some ammonia is being formed, student. Where the ammonia is coming from, sometimes you get a smell of ammonia as you go to some farmhouses or there. What is happening, student? Nitrogenous matter of plants and animal, animals and plants, there is a nitrogenous elements present, student.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes.
bacterial decomposition takes place. There is a bacteria. 1774, Priestley, by the action of ammonium chloride and lime. And 1788, ammonia is a compound. He found out that ammonia is a compound of nitrogen and hydrogen. What is happening?
Okay.
What is this compound? NH2CONH2. What is the name of this compound, students? This is my urea.
Urea.
And what is happening to this?
Decomposition.
This will undergo first form
NH4
ammonia,
whole twice CO3.
CO3, and then this
Ammonium
is undergoing
carbonate.
decomposition, students, and you will get ammonia, water, and CO2.
Okay.
So this bacterial decomposition is taking place, and small amounts of ammonia can be prepared in the chemistry lab, students. Ammonium salts are there. Which ammonium salts you are aware of? Ammonium chloride and ammonium sulfate. You react them with the base, what will happen? Caustic soda or NaOH. What is this? This is your lime. This is your lime or NaOH, caustic soda. By the reaction, you will be able to get, students. Here we have shown the reactions of this ammonium chloride, calcium hydroxide. So salt is being formed CaCl2, ammonia, and then water, students. Here ammonia, Na2SO4 and H2O. These reactions sometimes they have not been asked much, but sometimes they may ask you to complete some reactions, complete the reactions. And
Okay,
the
sir.
most important point which we wanted to come here is the manufacture of ammonia. Why do we manufacture something when it is required in large amounts, student? When you need large amounts of it because of the great uses, as we have said in fertilizer, students, then you will be preparing ammonia, student. And we have said that it is a valid question for the paper, students, which is Haber's process.
Okay.
They have repeatedly asked the optimum conditions question. Optimum conditions for the manufacture of ammonia. For the manufacture of ammonia, students. So this is important because of the tremendous uses of this, large uses of this. This is required in large amounts, so we are going to know it. The conditions are already known to you. If I have somewhere here, देखो, what are the optimum condition for the production of ammonia? What is the pressure, student? 200 atm is a quite a high pressure. See that pressure? How much? Temperature, student, 700 Kelvin. Catalyst is being used. What catalyst you are using, student?
Okay.
Iron oxide.
Catalyst iron oxide.
And there is a small amount of what you are adding, K2O and Al2O3.
K2 and Al2O3.
What are the roles of
Okay.
these students? They are actually promoters.
Promoters.
They promote the activity of the catalyst, increase the activity of the catalyst, student. What they will
Okay.
do? Increase the activity of.
Activity of catalyst.
And the basic principle which is applied for the optimum condition is which principle we use, students? Which principle we use to find these conditions, students?
So this is Lee-Chatelier principle.
Lee-Chatelier principle was given and it will be used everywhere. Some question will be there on that. I will not discuss the actual industrial diagram. If you want, you can see in the book. Nobody is going to ask it. They are not asking you a diagram to show all that. That industrial procedure is not required for us. Okay. All right. Now coming to once I write ammonia, student, you can tell me the first question will be, student, what will be the structure of ammonia? What is the hybridization of nitrogen? These are some of the questions which we should understand. What is the hybridization in the case of ammonia, students?
Sir, sp3.
Nitrogen, what is nitrogen you have shown? 2s2, 2p3, student, 3 bonds are formed. sp3 hybridization. How many bond pairs? How many lone pairs, students?
Sir, 3 bond pairs and 1 lone pair.
3 bond pair, 1 lone pair. So, what should be the geometry and what is the difference between geometry and shape, students? According to sp3 hybridization, what is the geometry, student? Tetrahedral.
Yes, sir.
But the shape is not tetrahedral. What is the shape of this? Pyramidal.
Trigonal pyramidal. Yes, sir. Pyramidal.
Pyramidal, and there is one lone pair of electron, the nitrogen. Here we have shown this. See, and this, what is the bond length here? 101.7 picometer. The bond angle, students, bond angle is less than the 109.5 degree. Why the bond angle is reduced from 109.5 degree? Because sp3 hybridization bond angle should be 109.5. Why it should be reduced, students? Bond angle H and H bond angle.
Uh,
This bond angle, student, how much? What is the reason for this? But it is having lone pair bond pair repulsion.
a lone pair, bond pair repulsion.
There is a lone pair, student. This is repelling these bond pairs. Bond pair repulsion is also there, but this is also there. So we understood the structure of ammonia. We have drawn it here. Sometimes they have asked the shape of the ammonia molecule in the paper and asked to hybridization. Ammonia is a colorless and pungent gas, freezing and boiling points 198 and respectively. In the solid and liquid state, what will happen? There will going to be hydrogen bonding. There is going to be what? Intermolecular hydrogen bonding. That will be more in solid than in liquid. So it accounts for its higher melting and boiling points. As compared to in the hydrides chapter, we discussed about the melting point and boiling points. We discussed in the chapter of hydrides, and there was one question also there in the boiling point case. Highest boiling point was not for ammonia. You have seen that in the
Yes,
trend,
sir.
because what was happening in the liquid state, in solid and liquid there is some difference. That was a question which was there, students, because this
The hydrogen bonding.
hydrogen bonding is there, but in liquid what will happen? This is like umbrella, it can flip.
In yes, inverted shape.
What will happen? It can flip. If it keeps flipping, what will happen? The hydrogen bonding will become less. So that is a possibility in the liquid state. Student, in solid that will not happen, because in solid they are packed closely and they are not moving, vibrating to that large extent. Now the ammonia, and what we said, it is a basic in nature. Ammonia is a base. It behaves as a weak base, students. Why? What will happen if I put ammonia gas, students, in water? It will dissolve in water and it will form ammonia
NH4 plus
and hydroxide ions.
OH minus.
So it will be weakly basic, students. And because of this, you know that in the chemistry lab, you are detection of, or it is being used as a test for certain metal ions. For example, if you have Fe3 plus ion, student, or you have zinc 2 plus ions, what will happen if you add a solution of ammonia? They will form precipitates. What they form? Precipitates, students. If you have done this in the chemistry lab, students,
Yes, sir.
chemistry. But now there are no practicals in the chemistry lab. What will happen? I don't know what is going to happen. Are there any experiment been done?
No, sir.
Then
Sir, but news is coming that they are planning to open the school in coming October from 15th or so.
anyway, I don't know what is the story, but what will happen. So a lot of, but exams will be there in the March, so students have to prepare themselves. Whatever is the story, you have to do it yourself.
Yes, sir.
So what is happening when you are testing for the ferric ions? If you are given a salt ferric ion, student, what happens if you add ammonium hydroxide? You will get a brown, reddish brown precipitate. Reddish brown precipitate, that is a precipitate of hydroxides of this ferric, or what we have written here, FeCl3 ammonium hydroxide. You are getting brown precipitate, or I would write FeOH thrice. This is brown in color, student. This is a precipitate. So we can identify the ferric ions. If you have zinc ions present in a salt solution, student, you are given salt with the zinc ions. You will add in this ammonia solution, which is ammonium hydroxide bottles, which are there in the chemistry lab, student. Ammonium hydroxide is what? Ammonia in water. You have seen that ammonia in water is forming ammonium hydroxide. So what is the result of the students? You are getting zinc is forming a precipitate. What is the color of this? White precipitate is produced. So you can be used for identification of the metal ion student. Iron you can test, zinc ions you can test by using ammonia. The important question is coming again, students. You will say that, show that ammonia is basic incorrect. Question, show NH3 is basic. Is a Lewis base. I am saying is a Lewis base student. What is the meaning of a Lewis base, students? Why it will act as a Lewis base? Why ammonia will act as a Lewis base, students?
Sir, ammonia will act as a Lewis base because it can donate the lone pair of electrons.
Nitrogen has got a lone pair of electrons, students. We have drawn the Lewis structure of the ammonia. It has a lone pair of electron, and this lone pair of electron makes it a Lewis base, and that is going to another help us for the detection of metal ion, students. This question has been asked that how does ammonia react with copper ions? If you have copper ion, students, then copper ion, these are transition elements. Transition elements. They have vacant. They have d subshells. D subshells. So ammonia can donate its lone pair of electrons, and you get very highly colored complexes. Highly colored complexes, students. This copper ion react with ammonia, students. This is an important question asked in the paper. And what they form, we will discuss when we will talk about complexes, students. This is my copper ion, and with ammonia you will get a complex, students, CuNH3 4. This has a deep blue color. This is a deep blue in color, student. Deep blue color is a complex. Tetraamine copper complex. Tetraamine copper 2 plus ion. And what happens if you react ammonia with silver chloride? Silver chloride is a precipitate, white in color. Ag plus Cl minus gives AgCl.
Yes, sir.
And if you react with ammonia, then it forms a diamine silver complex. It is colorless. The color, white color will disappear. It will become colorless, students. So you can detect the presence of copper ions, silver ions. These are transition elements, students. Transition elements, which can be used. So we see that how it is reacting with, how the ammonia is reacting, students. And again, liquid ammonia is also used as a refrigerant. Liquid ammonia is used as a refrigerant, and optimum conditions we already know, students. Now we are coming to some very important things. There will be at least one question on that. And in the NCERT book, you will see a table has been given. A table has been given means this is important for us. By giving a big table means there will be something going to happen here. And as I said that nitrogen forms 5, you can see 5 stable oxides. So there will be a question on that in the paper.
Okay.
And interesting things, they have repeatedly they have been asked. It is not the first time. In the table, student, first thing we know is the oxidation states. What are the first, how many things, how many type of questions are there? How many oxides? 5 oxides. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Second question, what is the oxidation state of nitrogen, students? We have already told you that. plus 1 2 plus 1 2 plus 5. Okay, that we have
Yes, sir.
already discussed. Now, third thing here, they have shown common methods of preparation. Common methods of preparation, student. Now, some amount of practice will be required for this. How do we prepare this? देखो, ammonium nitrate is being used because you are preparing oxides of nitrogen. Most of the time you are seeing nitrates or nitrites. They are being used for their preparation, and mainly heating is being done. As you
Okay.
can see in most of the reaction, temperature. So you are heating. If you heat ammonium nitrate, देखो, if I write students NH4 NO3, ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
Here, what are the oxides of nitrogen will mean if I say N2O, student? Let me say N2O. You have to prepare this. This is N. How many nitrogen are here? 1 and 1, 2. If I remove these two nitrogen, student, tell me what is left? H4 and O2.
O2. Yes,
What
sir.
will be H4 on O2 then water? Simple thing,
H4 and
simple.
O2. Yes, 2H2O.
You
Yes,
have
sir.
four hydrogens and two oxygens, so I can put two H2O. So there should be no difficulty in remembering.
2H2O.
Remembering, little bit of thinking is required to understand ammonium nitrate. Heat it. I'm saying, and two nitrogens. I'm seeing, and two. Then what is left? H4 and O2. H4 and O2. One nitrogen is gone here. So what is that? Water. Or in other words, if I have water and I react with N2O, what is happening? The reverse. So if I remove water from this, students, if I remove water from this, what will be left? Take ammonium nitrate, remove water. You will get this compound.
Yes, sir.
Further, here you have NaNO2. You are reacting with ferrous sulfate and sulfuric acid. So what is the story here? You have an acid, you have a ferrous. Ferrous is being oxidized from ferrous to ferric. And here what you are getting NO. What is the oxidation state of nitrogen here? -2 +2.
Minus 2. Okay.
+2 students, +2. So in from here with the presence of acid, this is my sodium nitrite. Sodium nitrite. So Fe2, what is happening? Ferrous is this ferrous 2 plus, this is ferrous 3 plus. And then sodium goes with one of the hydrogens and nitrogen and one oxygen. This is NO. More important thing is that students, first let me tell you the preparation. Now NO, if I react NO with N2O4 at 250, what will happen? Add NO and N2O4, you are getting N2O3. N2O3. The temperature is mentioned. Lead nitrate, if I heat, student, lead nitrate. Lead nitrate on heating 673 Kelvin is giving me NO2 and lead oxide. This is an example of dimerization of NO2. Why it dimerizes, that we will see just now. NO2 plus NO2 gives N2O4. And nitric acid reacts with P4O10, which is a phosphorus pentoxide, student. Then you are getting N2O5. N2O5. These are the methods of preparation. It is not that they cannot be asked. It's up to the examiner. So depends on what type of question he wants to give. Some oxide is very important. He may ask for the preparation of that oxide by many ways. By many ways. Sometimes they give incomplete equations and ask you to complete it. The important point here is the color of the gaseous, student. Color,
Okay.
that becomes a question in the exam. N2O you have seen is colorless. This is colorless gas. Further, you see NO is also colorless gas, and they are neutral. Neutral. And what is happening? This N2O3 is a blue solid.
Okay.
Blue solid, and it is acidic. As you are going down, acidic character is increasing. Why? We will show that. And important thing, NO is colorless, but NO2, brown gas. Lot of times is a question that a compound is heated and a brown gas is obtained. Now this is brown in color. N2O4, again colorless, solid or liquid. Color is important here, student, for paper. There was a question based on this. Because he said a gas is produced which
Okay.
is brown in color, and then it becomes colorless on cooling, becomes colorless, solid or liquid on cooling. Identify the gases. This is brown, this is colorless, student, and then N2O5 is also colorless solid. Colorless solid. Now tell me, as you are going down, the acidity will increase or decrease in these oxides.
Sir, as we go down, acidity decreases.
Decreases, why? What reason you are giving for that?
Sir, because the oxides in the higher oxidation states are more acidic than the lower
Then why
oxidation
it will
states.
decrease then? Then you are saying decreases. As you go down the group, the oxidation state is increasing or decreasing? Down the,
Increasing,
huh?
increasing.
Oxidation state is increasing.
Yes, sir.
If oxidation state is increasing, the oxide will become more acidic. That we
More
already
acidic.
told you. So this is acidic, and as you can see, they are neutral. So you are, as you go down the group, they are becoming more acidic. This is acidic. As you go down the group, oxidation number of nitrogen increases. Therefore, they will become more acidic. What is happening? Increase in oxidation number from N to O to N to 5. This is +1 to +5. So oxidation number increases, acidity increases. Then become stronger
Okay.
acid. Lewis acid means it can take electron. Which can take electron? This is +1. This is +5. Which will take electron more easily? This one. Where it will go if it takes electrons? Tell me. +1. That's all. Where it will go? So as you go higher oxidation state, they are more acidic. Therefore, this table is important, student. We have to understand each and everything, how many oxides, their oxidation numbers, methods of preparation. Color is important, I am telling you. We have to remember which is colorless gas, which is brown color, which is only one gas is brown color, NO2 gas. And when it will dimerize, what will happen? It will become colorless. This question was given somewhere in the papers. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Further, one question is going to be there, students, but they are always asking the resonance structures of these compound oxides. This is very important. They will ask you to draw the resonance structures of oxides of nitrogen. NCERT has given a complete table on that. Oxides of nitrogen. Why? What is? How do you write the resonance structure? Write the resonance structure of. For example, let me say, I have to draw for N2O students. ठीक है. How will I start? What is
Yes, sir.
nitrogen? How many electrons are there in the outermost valence shell? Nitrogen. How many? How many valence electrons in the nitrogen? Five. How many nitrogens? Five.
Five.
Oxygen, how
Five.
many? Six. What is the
Six.
total electron, student?
16.
16. One thing, this is even number, even number. So I don't expect odd electron to be here.
Okay.
Odd electron to be here, student, because that will be a question. If it becomes some addition is coming odd, there will be one electron unpaired or odd electron. If an electron is unpaired, student, then it becomes paramagnetic. What it becomes? Paramagnetic, student.
Paramagnetic.
And you know that these odd electrons substances are paramagnetic. Did I see the color of that? One thing I want to see. Where is this? Is my anode is colorless and neutral gas. NO2 is brown and acidic. So we'll see the how to draw this structure then. Supposing I write nitrogen, nitrogen and oxygen. So let me say I draw these. How many electrons are gone? 2 and 2, 4.
4.
12 left. If I put 6 here, if I put 6 here, students. Now the story is, what is the story of this nitrogen? How many it has? 8, 12 and 12, 0. Okay?
Yes, sir.
How many? Then what will happen? This nitrogen has only 4. It needs 4 more. So if I write like this, if I share this 2 pairs of electron, what it will look like? Okay, this is one possible structure. How many? 8,
8.
6 and 2, 8, 8.
6 and 8. Yes, sir.
ठीक है? This is one possibility. What I can do now, students, that I can share one electron and one here. Then what will happen? If I take one here and one here, what is happening now? 1, 2. This is my double bond N. This is my N. And this is my double bond, student. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Does that satisfy? Any difficulty in this?
No, sir.
Okay. So these are the two resonance structure of N2O. N2O. ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
It can be drawn. The best way, if I how to remember this, is that for nitrogen I already know how to draw the structure of nitrogen. So what I will do, nitrogen is what? 3. This is my nitrogen. This is nitrogen. So
Okay.
if I put one oxygen here, this becomes what? N2O. N2O. And another resonance structure I will put, what I will do, I will share this on this side, this bond. ठीक है?
Okay,
Then
sir.
it will become this structure. Okay. Now I have to draw for NO, students. Draw the question, draw the resonance structure of NO. What is nitrogen? How many electrons? 5.
5.
Oxygen 6.
6.
This is odd. That means there will be one
1.
unpaired electron.
Yes, sir.
Unpaired electron. And then it will become paramagnetic. Will it be paramagnetic? If there is an unpaired electron, then what it becomes?
Paramagnetic.
How will I draw low? Okay, I am putting like this. 2 are gone. How many are left? 9. 9. 9. I am putting 6 here. Student, then how many are left? After 6, 9 minus 6, how much?
9 minus 3.
3. So I'm putting 2 and 1. 2 and 1. 2 and 1. But then how many it has? 3 to
And
5.
1
3 and
unpaired.
2, 5. So how will I do what I have to do then? Let me share this. What will it become? N double bond.
1,
How many? 2, 4,
2,
6,
4,
7. One
6,
of the
7.
atom has got how much? One of the atom has got how much? 7 electrons.
7 electrons.
Because it is a odd electron, it is a odd electron. Then what will be the other possibility of this? If I put
The
nitrogen 4, if I give this, and oxygen will be how much? 2. Another structure. Okay, total electron
Yes, sir.
satisfied.
Yes, sir.
All right. Now you could understand how we are writing the structure. Very important, student. One question is coming. That's why I have taken this.
Okay.
Always one question they are giving, right? The resonance structure of oxides of nitrogen in the book. They have given a complete table. Now it's a trouble for the students. How do they do it? They don't know it, so they can't do it. Can I remember this? Can I cram it? The answer is no.
No, sir.
You cram it, then you are wrong. How will you write in the exam? Now we are coming to supposing what is the next compound, student? N2O3. I'm saying N2O3, student. How many electrons in nitrogen?
Nitrogen has 5 and there are 2 10.
How many oxygen?
6 is are 18.
28 electrons. Now the story boils down. How will I write? How will I write, student? So what I'm first doing, how many nitrogens are there, student? So there are 2 nitrogens and 3 oxygen. I'm putting okay like this first. How many electrons gone, students?
Uh,
2, 4, 6, 8
6, 8.
gone.
Yes, sir. 8 gone.
How many? 20.
20 left.
Now 20 are left, students. Supposing I write 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6. How many are gone? 6 and 6, 12. How much is left? 8. If I write 2,
Yes, sir.
4, 6, how much is left? 2. So there are 2 left now, students, 2 left. So if I put on this nitrogen 2, now the story is how do we balance everything? Electrons are 0 now.
Yes, sir.
Then what I will do? How many is this nitrogen? 2, 4, 6. Therefore, I have to share 1. Then it will become 8. How much is this nitrogen, students? 2, 4, 6. I have to share. Yes or no?
2, 4. Yes, sir.
Okay. Then what it becomes? N, I'm writing N double bond O. N, how much is there? 4. This is how many? 6.
Yes, sir.
This is my nitrogen, student. This is nitrogen. This is electron pair, and this is my double bond. Does that satisfy, students?
Yes, sir.
Is it the correct structure? Now I can see that the easiest thing I can do is that if this is single, this can be double and this can be single.
Single.
So what will be the story here? Well, what I will do, I will put single, I will put double, 4. How many will be this? 2, 4,
2 and
6.
6.
Nitrogen, and then you have double bond. Can I write it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Draw the structure then, students. Draw the structure. I hope you understood my point that how to draw the structures of resonance structures of oxides of nitrogen, students. I am not going to ask you to cram it, students. If you don't know how to do it, you will not be able to do in the paper and question is coming. They have asked so many times and students have reported wrong answer. Draw the structures of N2O5, how will you draw it, students? So, but if you know how to draw the Lewis structures, that helps you a lot. That is why I have been telling you we should learn to draw the Lewis structure. Student, they play an important role in the chemistry which we are learning, and makes our life much easier when we start drawing the structures, and they will be asked at various points. Oxides of nitrogen, very important for exam. Five oxides. Similarly, I will talk of phosphorus. Oxo acids of
Okay.
phosphorus, very important. There will be a question in the paper. Again, we will have to draw the structure of that. So my point was to explain to you how do we do the questions. ठीक है?
Okay, sir.
So rest of the thing I'm giving as a homework, you can try and draw the method which I have told you. You can draw the structures of the five oxides of nitrogen yourself now, and we will meet you in our next class 2 hours. Okay,
Okay, sir.
okay. Bye bye. We will see you in the next class.
Okay, thank you, sir.